What's up, everyone? I'm rebonding my rabbits right now because my rabbits, these two in particular, have always had a tenuous bond. This is Beatrix, she's female. This is Benedict, he's male. This is Merlin, he's also a male. All of them are neutered. It's Benedict and Beatrix who have always had trouble getting along. Merlin is here temporarily because everyone more or less likes Merlin and he kind of keeps everyone calm. So if you've ever been told that male-female bonds are easier or that male-male bonds are more difficult, I'm here to tell you that it depends entirely on the personalities of the particular rabbits. Now, if you look up videos about getting your single rabbit a friend, a lot of people will recommend that you take your rabbit to the shelter or do bunny dates to find a second rabbit who gets along well with your first rabbit. If this is possible, I definitely recommend that you do this. However, this is not always possible. Like my rabbits, I didn't really have a choice. All of my rabbits were given to me by people who were basically abandoning them. And right away, it was obvious that Benedict and Beatrix absolutely hated each other. Benedict was my first rabbit. He has a very dominant personality, and if I had had a choice, I wouldn't have chosen another dominant rabbit like Beatrix to add to the family. But this is what God gave me. This is what I have to work with. Also, I should note that several years ago, when I first adopted Benedict and he was still a single rabbit, when I took him to my local shelter to meet other rabbits, the shelter told me that I had to keep Benedict enclosed in his carrier and he could not have any interaction with the shelter rabbits. So be aware that not all shelters will allow your rabbit to meet their rabbits before adoption. So even if you can choose your second rabbit, you may still end up with a new rabbit who doesn't get along with your first rabbit. Like, both Benedict and Beatrix are quite sweet with people, but they are terrible bullies to other rabbits. And that's not something that I would have been able to guess from interacting with them one-on-one. So this is where I am now. I have two very dominant rabbits. It took me literally years to bond them. But even after bonding them, I have to rebond them or reaffirm their bond every once in a while because their bond just wasn't easy to begin with. So I think this is something that rabbit owners should be aware of. Even after initially bonding your rabbits, you may still need to continue working on their bond throughout the years. This is especially true if one of your rabbits needs to have surgery or is isolated for some reason. You will find all sorts of videos on the internet about broken bunny bonds after spending time at the vets. My rabbits don't actually have a broken bond, they just no longer enjoy being together. For example, if Benedict is in a hidey hole and Beatrix jumps in, Benedict will immediately jump out and go somewhere else. There's also occasional nipping, and they don't like eating hay or pellets right next to each other. So if you notice that your bonded rabbits don't like eating or spending time together, then you may also want to reaffirm their bond before it gets worse. The way that I'm doing this is by putting the problematic bunnies together in a carrier. And while they're in the carrier, I'm actually going to make a few changes to their normal area. Hopefully the slight change in environment can help reduce their urge to resume bad relationship habits when they go back. I do have a fourth bunny, which I'm not including in the rebonding. Some people say that you should always do bonding exercises with all of your rabbits. Other people say that you should just focus on the problematic rabbits. I lean towards the latter, but I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all issue. It kind of just depends on your particular rabbits. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you all have success bonding and rebonding your rabbits.